Hey there friends, how are you? I'm Tory Favro, horror author and your reviewer. Sorry there's been a little bit of a delay between videos. I had a lot of people in fixing different parts of the house and as a result I was not able to record. However, I have been reading and I'm so keen to share some of those books and movies and other bits and pieces that I've been dealing with you today. Hopefully you enjoyed the last video where I took you to eat with me at a Japanese restaurant. Today we are going to review this book. Now, it's by Chigozie Obioma, and the book is called The Fisherman. I read this book as part of, I'm in a reading group called the Tough Guy Book Club. There are chapters throughout the world. It deals with men's health. I've spoken about this before. If you're a bloke and you want to, or a man, sorry, that's an Australian probably slang, but if you're a bloke and you want to join a reading club with just other men and talk about the books that you're reading, we all read the same book at the same time. We all catch up at the same time of the month to discuss the book in detail. In any case, this was last month's read and it was intense. So The Fisherman is basically set in Western Nigeria. It's the tale of four brothers who, this book is tragic. Actually, let me just get straight there. This book tugged at my heartstrings. It made me feel anxious, it made me feel sad, and the ending, there is not a good ending in this book. I mean, spoiler alert, but here's the blurb for it. In a small town in Western Nigeria, four young brothers take advantage of their strict father's absence from home to go fishing at a forbidden local river. They encounter a dangerous local madman who predicts the oldest brother will be killed by one of his brothers. This prophecy unleashes a tragic chain of events of almost mythic proportions. And that's putting it mildly. The Fisherman is a masterclass in storytelling. It is utterly entrancing in the worst possible ways, and it will leave you feeling breathless and maybe a little bit curious as to the end. It took me 2 reads of the end to sort of get where the author was going with it. The way through, though, you're following the viewpoint of one of the youngest brothers by the name of Benjamin. He goes there, he's got 3 older brothers, and he's got 1 younger brother, David, who isn't really featured much in the book, and a little sister, Nakem. Dad takes a job on the other side of Nigeria. He works for the bank and leaves the mother and the children in this enclosed area. It feels like it's a gated community, but in a bad part of town, but it is also during that time of civil unrest in Nigeria. So it is set against a real life backdrop. The book is stunning. Its pacing is beautiful. It will disturb you. It will upset you. And I think you are the better off for that upset by the time you're done with the book. The book will leave you feeling upset and unclean. It's heartbreaking. The overwhelming feeling I got reading it was of melancholy and dread. And I think that Obioma, I hope I'm saying that correctly, just does such a good job. I like, no wonder it was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize. I don't know if it got it, but the book has been in print for a little bit of time. This is a reprinting of a reprint, but this is the version that my book club read. And it's interesting at the book club, you pay for the next book to read in the book club without even knowing what it is. And it gets shipped on the night of when you meet. It's an in-person club. So the president of your local chapter hands you your book that you purchased and you don't know what it is until you get it. I recommend this book. Like I said, it's not an easy read. The pressure put on these children by their parents during this time is shocking. The dad's not there. I feel like at some stages that the dad leaves because it's too hard being at home. That may not be the reason behind it, but he moves to the other side of the country, doesn't take them with him, with the argument being it's too dangerous over there, yet he takes the job over in that part of Nigeria. The interactions between the madman mentioned in the blurb, Abulu, and the town leave you scratching your head. In Western society, this man would be locked up and put into a psychiatric facility. And in this case, they actually do try to get him locked up, but he manages to get out. I won't tell you how, but that does happen. Once again, it's not a spoiler. All the way through, you'll find yourself wanting to keep turning the pages. It's not an easy book to stop reading. So if you've got hours to spend, park yourself with the book and you'll probably, even though, what does it weigh in at? 330 or 40 odd pages. It is just a stunning book. And well, like I said, I really, really enjoyed it. Like I said, it also was not an easy read. So have you tried this book? I would like to know. It's not horror. And I know I say I'm your horror author. I tend to only write horror, but I read everything. And also I've got a bit of news for you too. I've written a story called Grandmore, and that has been accepted to be in a future anthology about cannibals called Tales from the Menu. So at least that's the working title at the moment. So I'm thrilled for that. I can't give you much more details about cover art or even a release date, but I have been accepted. My story's been accepted, and it's a nasty tale too. So stay tuned. If you enjoy my writing, Grandmore is, I enjoyed writing it. It's horrible. But yeah, cannibals, animals and bears, oh my. Guys, The Fisherman is one of those books that you should be trying. Even if you don't normally read like real life drama, this has enough horror in it to satisfy horror readers. And in my opinion, and this is my take on it, and everyone's opinions, you know, are their own, I believe there's a supernatural element in this book. The book club, when we met about it, we had mixed feelings. Everyone did. I believe there's a supernatural element to this book toward the very end, and that's why I had to reread it several times to make sure I was capturing what was going on properly. In any case, please do try Obioma's The Fisherman. This is well worth the read, well worth the purchase. And let me know if you have read it below in the comments. Please don't put spoilers because it'll wreck it for other people. And if this review encourages you to get the book, then let me know. And also, if you ever want to send anything through, letters or postcards or anything, I do have a PO box that is at the end of the video. Happy reading, guys. Thank you. Happy reading. Look at this. Miserable reading, but amazing reading. I hope you do try The Fisherman. It is well worth your time. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.